wasn't there like some guy named Mandela and everybody thought he died in prison, but he really didn't die in prison? It was released at some time. And then isn't it like where you think one thing is spelled this way, looks this way, sounds this way, but it's like the opposite? Because I know like the Berenstein and Berenstein Bears is like what's really popular, and the Kit Kat like with the dash thing. I think it's called an M dash, but that thing is real popular.
What do you think? It's one thing or it's the opposite thing?
It says, what color are Uncle Sam's hat?
And then you gotta pick them too.
I think it's red and white. No, it was blue and white.
What colors are Uncle Sam's hat? I'm gonna go with blue and white. Oh, I was correct. Okay.
What is the name of this candy bar or Kit Kat with no hyphen or whatever, M dash or whatever that's called?
What is the name of this candy bar? This is a Kit Kat. I was right.
Okay, sick.
True. It has a basket. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a basket.
Okay.
What about the Fruit Loop?
I want these. That's one
I think it's the second one.
No, there's no cornucopia.
Yeah, sir.
It says, what does the Target logo look like? Oh, the circle with a... Yeah, I got that one right. In the Saw movies, what does Jigsaw say? Do you want to play a game? Oh, it's, I want to play a game? I've like those movies were like scary when I was a child.
What does Jigsaw say? Would you like to play a game? I want to play a game. Do you want to play a game? Do you want to play a game? Ah, it's I want to play a game.
What does Tony the Tiger's nose look like? It's all black. Oh, it's blue and black?
Frosted Flakes, all black or black and blue? Black and blue? No, I was right.
What does a tiny tiger nose look like?
What's it?
It's blue, right?
Yeah, I think it's blue.
What's Henry the Eighth holding in his famous portrait? A turkey leg. No, a glove.
In this portrait, I'm gonna say a knife, a glove.
I don't know what this is.
Henry, what number is that? What's VII?
5, 6, 8.
Henry the Eighth.
A turkey leg.
Does rich Uncle Pennybags wear a monocle? Yeah. Oh, he doesn't? I didn't know any of these.
Okay. I'm doing a test.
How has the FFA changed over time?
Well, within the last few years, it's undergone major changes. We had a teacher change a few years ago. Miss Faulkner took over and kind of kick-started the program, and then she left, and Mr. Shane came in and took off where she left. And he's really made it really soar. You know, he's got kids doing all the different programs and the CDEs. You know, we got the chicken hut, the aquaponics garden. We got the pasture out there, and there's cows out there now. Mr. Shane, I think he lives here. You know, I think he has a cot in the back because he's here in the mornings. He's here after school. He's got kids here all the time. He also, I think there were 6 or 7 or 8 students earned their state degrees this year. So it's just been a huge change in the last 4 or 5 years, and I just see great things with that program.
The ag program has changed a lot over my time in high school. When I first came in as a freshman, there was definitely an air of carelessness and just messing around, which, while I'll agree that's always fun and dandy, but at the same time, we never really got anything done. Like, there was never any real progress. For many years, we've had teachers that didn't care. And we've had a lot of people come in and not be able to fill the role. And I'll say that we got our luck with Mr. Shane. When he first came on the scene, obviously, I mean, it was chaotic. You know, there's no order. But, you know, over the years, he's really brought a lot of it together. And people, instead of just sitting around doing nothing, that's all they came into class for, was pretty much for free time. Now people are coming because they actually genuinely want to do something. They want to make a difference. They want to do good in our CDEs, which are career development events. It's where we go and compete and stuff. And people now are actually trying we're making good progress. We like this year we got 3rd place in state poultry, which is something we've not done before. And I mean, I'm happy to say that our ag program has really grown since I came here as a freshman.
I'd like to recognize our state FFA degree recipients this year. One of the biggest things I tell all the kids when they come into the program, whether it's their freshman or sophomore year, is they should all have the goal of getting this. It's kind of the pinnacle of an FFA member's career. They have to earn over $2,500 in a ag-related project or projects, 25 community service hours, have at least 10 FFA activities, and 2 of those have to be at the state or national level. They have to be a FFA officer or committee chairman. They need a 3.0 GPA or 93% attendance. Only about 6% of all Ohio FFA members out of the 23,000 end up getting this award. And this year we had 8 kids that received it.
Well, project-wise, as a freshman, I raised chickens in the ag shop. We did what we had to do because we had no other building to do it, and we had a lot of success. So then my sophomore year, we were able to get a grant to purchase a hoop house to raise the upcoming year's chickens, which we did, and we were able to house 50 chickens, which I raised for Thanksgiving. And each year we get new things. We purchased an incubator for some agri-science projects. That was a success. We also purchased an aquaponics system my freshman year. My senior year, we were able to build that pasture out there, and we officially got cows out there this past week, and we hopefully will get a barn within the next few years, which I will not be around to see, but I hope that future members see the change that has occurred.
So what are your favorite moments in a teacher's class?
The thing that really stands out the most to me, if I look back at all the classes I've taken, is when Dunn blew up the pumpkin, and I like screamed a little bit. I was a little scared.
Probably would have to be watching movies in Raj's class, because he just he likes to pause them about every 5 seconds and give his own elaborate detail on them. Probably my favorite thing we used to do was in Mrs. Fulgerson's class, and me and Lucas, since he would go and write essays back in the project room.
Probably Steinberger. You know, we're always making jokes in his class, and he fires back at us a lot. It's pretty funny.
Mr. Detweiler from Calvary Christian School. He was really old. We called him Mr. D, and he would randomly come up behind me and give me shoulder rubs and back rubs when I wouldn't ask for them.
Mr. Rogers, he'd always have PowerPoints that had nothing to do with the topic he was teaching, but it was like, it still brought it towards that topic, so.
Definitely Mr. Scheider, constantly giving us work every single day. Janet McPherson, she had a beautiful smile.
Probably Mr. Burden.
Alright, why?
Because I remember when he got mad and snapped a clipboard over his leg.
When Mr. Sutton told us that he took down an Apache helicopter with 3 rocks, even though you can't even take down a helicopter with a rock.
Mr. Deeds. He used to do these pre-class things where you had to like answer a daily question, and if you got it right, you had to guess like the flavor of Starburst, and if you got 2, you got like extra Starburst if you guessed both right.
Alright, who's a teacher you remember the most?
Mrs. Baker, Mr. Rapp. We played this weird alligator game on the first day.
I actually passed out in his classroom, so.
Alright, who's a teacher you remember the most?
Back in the preschool days, Mrs. Cindy. Oh, she used, you know, we had a shaving cream party. I still remember that like it was yesterday.
Hi, Lakers. Lakers. The seniors are leaving.
We won't miss you.
So I took the liberty of asking the seniors what their favorite and least favorite moments of high school were.
I'd have to say my favorite memory of high school was definitely winning the sectional championship this year. It's never been done, so I definitely remember that.
The pep rallies and the homecoming parades.
Mine was definitely the talent show.
Mine was meeting Steinberger.
My favorite memory for high school would probably be when we won the sectional title for basketball, and all the seniors were out on the floor, I stood in front of the crowd and waved them on, and they all started to get louder and louder as the time started, as the time went down, and I don't know, it gave me chills.
My favorite memory is probably getting 100 wins for wrestling. Mine was this year after the Ben Logan game for football.
Mine was this year after we won the sectional title for our basketball squad.
What's your biggest regret?
Kind of bad driving history. I'm not exactly a good one. And meeting Dougie Bungard is definitely
I regret, when I was younger, I used to eat crazy and I couldn't sit still, and I'd always try to not do work, just basically stuff you're not supposed to do. I'd always try to do it.
I wish I went to a lot more games than I did.
I regret taking calculus.
no regrets. One thing I like about high school is definitely as the years have gone on, my favorite part about high school has just been getting to hang out with my friends more often, making new friends. I've made a lot of memories with these guys that I won't forget.
The teachers and my friends, I definitely like coming here to interact with them.
How close together kind of everybody is, and I like how everybody kind of helps each other out, and they never kind of turn their back on you. You always got a second chance.
I'd say for me is learning who you are and where you're going to college. That's very important.
I just like being able to see all my friends every day.
One thing I like about high school is I get to come and see my friends every day.
Teachers too. Now when
Yeah, that's true. There's a couple teachers I'm gonna miss when I leave.
Shives.
I'm gonna miss Shives. Stein, I'm gonna miss Stein too.
Shives and
I'm gonna miss Stein. Shives and Stein the most.
You know Shives hates us.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just reading last year's yearbook.
Oh, I didn't even get mine.
You didn't? You can go pick one up from Mrs. Veal. Or you can pre-order this year's online at the Indian Lake Schools webpage.